Hello, and welcome to the Color Whisperer Show. Hope you're all doing well today. And I've got a few things to talk about, but honestly, today's a great day. If you've got questions, send your questions in. It looks like I can read the chat again. Very excited about that. For a long time, it was tiny. I couldn't read nothing, but whatever got undone, and I can read chat again. So send me your questions and we'll get them answered. So I just finished doing a podcast. Oh, sorry about that. I was sick for so long. I was coughing. I did something to my rib. It was sore. Anyway, so I just finished doing this podcast and it was so much fun. And she asked me some really good questions. So we're going to talk about some of those questions because she asked me some really good questions. So one of the things she asked me is about business and how do we adapt? And the thing is, it's not like you have to do like a whole 180 all at once. In business, things change. Social media came on. We had to learn social media. COVID happened. We all had to learn how to become more virtual. Things happen and you figure out how to adapt during that one situation. And overall, it affects other things. And how many times I've adapted in 20 odd years of business? I can't even count. You just do it. You just do it. As part of being a business person. And the same thing happens in our homes. I've been watching this old show on TV. It's a Brit show. It's called Mrs. Brown's Boys. And there was an episode where they're talking about her kitchen. She's going to be redoing her kitchen. And her kitchen looks like, somebody who's lived in her house for 30, 40 years. And, it was nice at one time. And she remembers what it looks like when it was brand new. And she doesn't see the things falling apart. She doesn't see that they're dated anymore. She doesn't see the parts that don't work so well together. Maybe when she walks in this room, she's like, it's still, there's this element of it's the first day. There's also an element of we get used to things, right? Maybe you always put your keys on a hook by the door or in a bowl by the door or whatever. We get used to that. So maybe somebody gives you a present and maybe they're even at your house and they decide where it goes. Isn't that sweet of them? But yeah, it happens. And so now you've got it. Or, Aunt Mary gave you this and you got to have it up, or, it doesn't matter who it came from, but somebody gives you a gift and you're like, oh, I have to display it because, well, they're important to me. And that means this thing is important to me. And so you put it up and they go, oh, they must really like that. So they buy you more like it. Now you have to put that up and you may not like it at all, but that person's important to you, so you put it up. And then you get more. You see this, it becomes a vicious cycle very quickly. And what I found too about people giving gifts, a lot of times people don't give gifts because they're thinking of what you would like. They buy you gifts that they would like. And it's something to remember them by. My mother-in-law used to give me purple everything. Not a purple girl. You guys been watching me for a while? You ever seen me wear purple? I am not a purple girl. It was her favorite color. You don't have to know me very long to know I'm not a purple girl. There's nothing in my house that's purple. I never wear purple. Why would she give me purple? There's no inclination that I would like purple. But she loved purple. And she wanted me to have purple. It's very important for her to give me purple. I got earrings. I got notepads. I got, you name it. Purple, purple, purple. And she even said one time something to the effect of, she really wanted it for herself, but she couldn't justify that in her head. But she could buy it for me as a present. So she got the fun of buying something that she wanted. And for all I know, she looked at it for, before, I don't know. But then she gave it to me because that made it okay for her to buy it. She didn't say it that way, but that's pretty much what it came out to be. And I never put that stuff up. Never. She could give me all the purple shit she wanted. It was never going up on my walls. It was never going to be put out. It was not. Like, this is not who I am. And, 10 years into the marriage, you should know this by now. So just because somebody gives you something, it doesn't mean you have to put it out. I'm going to give you all permission right now to throw that shit away. You don't need it. If you don't like it, it doesn't matter if they're important to you or not. If you put it up, they're going to buy you more stuff like that. Even if you don't put it up, they may buy you more stuff like that. But what does happen is that's how clutter happens. So you get that thing, that purple thing, and you put it up. Well, because my mother-in-law is important to me and I wanted to see I care about her and da-da-da. And then what? You start walking by it and you don't really notice it. It's like a little, comes like a little nail that is kind of dull. So you're not stepping on it and it's like sandpaper. That's a better analogy. It's like sandpaper. So it bothers you, but not that much. So anyway, and more of this stuff comes in. And now you've got 50 things in your room. They're all like sandpaper. But when you get to a certain point, you hit overload. And now your room doesn't feel comfortable. And at this point, you don't even know why, because you've gotten used to ignoring those other things. Ignoring what doesn't feel good. It's like, oh, it doesn't matter. It does matter. It is affecting you. It's affecting you a lot. When you start to get rid of that stuff, You'll feel such a difference. I did this thing. Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. I know you can laugh, but it really was. It was a lot of fun. So it's a feng shui thing, apparently. And for 9 days, you have to throw away or give away 27 things. Now, you have to do it every day. If you don't finish it, you got to start over. So 9 days, throw away or give away 27 things. Now, that sounds like a lot. 9 times 27. I can't do that in my head. 180 plus 7 times 9 is that's over 200 items. Anyway, being on TV and doing math in my head don't go together. Not TV, podcasts. It's like I've actually gotten pretty good at doing a lot of stuff in my head. But that's just, let's see, 7 times 9 is 63. So 180, so it's 243 items. There we go. See, I can do it. 243 items. Now that sounds like a lot, doesn't it? Until you start doing it. Now, I had a little help because I was really sick for several weeks before I started doing it. So I'd been kind of lazy. And it was kind of easy the first few days to throw away 27 things. Paperwork piles up. Oh my gosh. Go look at your desk. You can probably find 27 things just on your desk that you can throw away. We all keep paperwork way too long. We all do paperwork way too long. How many of you have tax returns that go back more than 7 years? Did you know, though, that if you do, the government can actually, if you produce them, if they audit you, and if you have those, they can audit those. If you don't have them, they can't audit them. In theory, it's what you present them. And now everything's digital anyway. It's like, I don't even get paper copies of everything anymore. It's just in the cloud somewhere. Oh, well. Anyway, so your desk, your kitchen's another big place. Thought I muted that. Your kitchen's another big place. Did you know spices all have expiration dates? How many spices do you have in your cabinet that you haven't done in a long time? You haven't used them in a long time. Now, of course, none of those are can-do spices. We know those are great. Use those up really fast. But how many cans do you have? Do you still have COVID food in your closet? Did you get your 3 weeks of food and you put it in a special place? And, well, if you check the expiration date on that stuff, did you actually use it? Now, I have a friend who is a prepper. She has this whole setup in her garage of cans, and it has like 20 different can things. And she buys, and she's got enough food for a month. Let me tell you, the world shuts down, I'm going over there. But she has a system. So some of them are in like this rolling thing. So she takes the can out of the bottom, she puts the new cans in the top. And that way she's refreshing them. She has some on a shelf where she takes the old cans are in front, and then the new cans go in the back. And then she does use them on a regular basis. So it's all food that, it doesn't go, she's using it. It's, she's got her stockpile. But how many of us did that? You still have COVID food? How many items in your cabinets are past the expiration date? Do you look at that? Because the cabinet, especially kitchen cabinets, that's a really easy place for things to get lost. Really easy place for things to get lost. And you put it in there and you think, oh, it's not so bad. And then you sit down one day and you're like, oh, this is not good. And you got to start throwing things away. It really is amazing. This really taught me a lot. Another thing is our closet. Clothes. And there's a trick for organizers. You take all your hangers January 1st and turn them around backwards. And then as you wear something, you turn the hanger back. And at the end of a year, anything you haven't worn, that goes to the Goodwill. And it's pretty ruthless, but it's also an awareness of what are you actually using. And maybe it'll even make you more creative on your wardrobe during the year, because maybe you have that shirt or that jacket that's for special occasions. Oh, my rib hurts. That's for special occasions. But you haven't worn it because, well, there hasn't been a special enough occasion. But if it's December and you're starting to look at all those clothes that haven't been turned around and you really love it, might make you think about it, how you can utilize it in a different way. And, there's the junk drawer. We all have a junk drawer somewhere. Maybe you have several. Maybe you have a junk closet. I know people that do. The garage. Oh my goodness. You could probably do, 243? All 243 items in your garage alone. We toss stuff in these places because we don't know what to do with it. And they end up taking our energy, and that's not okay. It's not okay. So I challenge you to try it. 27 days, 9 days, 27 things every day. And you're going to find your house feels much lighter. Apparently something really big and wonderful is supposed to happen. I haven't seen that yet. But the house does feel lighter. I feel better. That's a good thing. So maybe that's my big, wonderful miracle that happens. I don't know. Feng Shui and I have a very interesting relationship. I get a lot of Feng Shui. A lot of it just makes sense. And I've had my house Feng Shuied a couple times. And honestly, didn't create anything they said it was going to. And yet I deal with energy all the time. And I know how much difference that makes. And that's what Feng Shui is. So, and I've worked with some Feng Shui people and we come up with the same thing. And I don't know why that's doing that. We come up with the same things oftentimes. I may have a little bit of a tweak. They may have a different tweak. And Feng Shui is ultimately just good energy. But I do it a little differently. So, regardless of whether or not a miracle happens for you or not, you will feel lighter. You will feel better. And when you realize how much stuff you really have, how easy it is to throw away 27 things every day, it's going to make you really look at the areas you didn't get to. Very few people can are so minimalist and so ruthless that they couldn't do this. If you are, good for you, man. Good for you. But so anyway, this is really important to have stuff around. Get rid of that stuff that's not serving you. If it's expired, how many people have expired pills in their closet, expired vitamins? Oh, you're going to do this health kick. And then you didn't. How much exercise equipment do you have in your garage? In another room? Is that piece of exercise equipment now a place where you hang clothes? Get rid of it. It's time. You're not going to use it. Find something you will use. Had great intentions when you bought it, but sometimes that's all they are, is intentions. And then you have all these things yelling at you in your house. Crap you don't like, crap you don't need. You know? My mother-in-law would give me all this purple stuff. I'd look at it and like, half of it went into the Goodwill. Some of it, I had friends that liked purple stuff. And I said, here, you want this? I don't want it. Because ultimately, it's about you. What feels good for you in your house? If it doesn't feel good, get rid of it. What's the book say? If it doesn't give you joy, look at everything and say, does it give me a joy? If it doesn't, next. Hey, Mark.
That makes sense. Yeah, sometimes you hold on to things more than you need to hold on to them. I know I've got this part of a table that was given to me, and I never quite used the table and everything like that, and that's a part of the table in my house. I probably should take it to the
Mark,
dumpster
you
or
sound
get
like
rid
you're
of it.
underwater. Mark, you sound like you're underwater.
Does that sound like I'm underwater? Let me
Now
see
you
if I
don't.
can. Okay.
That's
Yeah, but I was
better.
just saying that I've got like this piece of furniture that I probably should get rid of, but I haven't got rid of it. But I'm just holding on to it, and I don't know why.
Yeah, I mean, if it's not working for you, give it to somebody else to love, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. And sometimes you just get stuff that you don't even know why you got it.
Exactly. People
Mhm.
give you stuff, you don't know where it came from, you don't know why I got it. I saw
Right.
something in my house when I was doing this exercise. I'm like, how'd that get here? I didn't buy that. I don't know where it came from.
Yeah, that makes sense. You don't know where it came from, or how you got it, and everything like that. But then there's other gifts that you get that you like. Like I have a little rubber ducky that I got from a race that they used to do here in one of our areas called American Tobacco, and they would do like little races of the rubber ducky to raise money for nonprofits.
Mark, you're
The wind
underwater.
didn't really make money, but the rubber ducky was kind of cute. So I kept the rubber ducky just like I kept the goat. But the goat needs a battery.
You were kind of underwater again. And it sounds like you got a rubber ducky. So, and that can be fun, you
Yep.
know. And we gotta let the child in us have a voice, you know. I like
Yeah.
to have I like to have unexpected whimsy. That's one of the things I like to do is have unexpected whimsy. And somebody asked me one time, "Well, what do you do with all your stuffed animals?" And I said, "Well, they're touches of unexpected whimsy." And so if you have a chair that's more of a decorative chair, not really one somebody sits in all the time, you can put a stuffed animal there. Let them sit in the chair, you know?
Yep.
Or you can have I have a Harrods bear that's a doorstop, and he's got, fancy suit and a top hat and everything. And so he's a doorstop. You can use You can have a stuffed animal in a corner. You can have a rubber ducky in the corner somewhere. Put it as part of your bathroom. Put it in a bathtub. And somebody comes in there and goes, "Oh, look, there's a rubber ducky. How fun!" It's not about making everything in the house cute, but you can have touches of whimsy. And I think that's fun. It lets people know kind of who you are.
Yeah. Yeah, and I love having whimsical things. Whimsical things can be fun. I know that my dad has a bamboo turtle that he actually has named Bamboo and everything like that. It's a little turtle figurine. But that turtle tells stories. If you go on his Facebook page, you'll see the bamboo turtle might go to the beach with him. Bamboo turtle might go on an adventure. A bamboo turtle can talk to dad. So it's kind of like his over ego and everything. But he's got a whole narrative that goes on his Facebook page. And that can be fun, whimsical nature. There's something that my dad's been doing, I think, for almost a decade or so. But it's just fun hearing Bamboo tell his stories, whether they're going to the beach. Like I know this weekend, they're at the beach. Him, leaving my dad, my two nephews, and Bamboo Turtle. And I'm sure Bamboo will have all kinds of stories about finding seashells and finding different things in the ocean. But it's just fun watching him tell those stories. Even though Dad is in his mid-80s, he has fun telling those narratives, these little made-up stories.
Stories are awesome. Everybody needs stories.
Right.
We're supposed to be creative, and that's a really beautiful way to be creative.
Yeah, definitely. Because I've even thought about doing something similar. A friend of mine, friends that I lost touch with, I haven't heard from in a while. But they wrote I told them how much I loved and thought otters were cute. So they wrote a book about otters based on my love of otters. And it's actually I think Nicole Maxwell got it on her page and everything like that. But she wrote the book based on me telling her about the otters and how much I love the otters. So she created this otter character. So maybe I'll pick it up and write more of the otter narrative other than what she wrote and everything like that. But it was just fun that she heard me talking about how cute I thought otters were, and then she made a whole book about it.
Hmm. Very cool.
Yeah. Cool. Well, it's not what you got on your mind, but if nothing much, we can do a 30-minute show or whatever you feel
Yeah,
like.
let's. I think I'm okay for today.
Okay,
Um,
okay. Like next week and everything like that. We can do something really quick that I told you about and everything like that, but I'll do that now just for the fun of it and everything like that. But we can see once we get any results. But let's see what poll question we want to do. We will do can do spices. So what do we want to ask people in a poll question really quickly? Let's see. What is your favorite room? That's what we'll do. What is your favorite room? What is
sure.
your favorite room? And I think they give you four options. So we'll say the living room,
The kitchen, the bathroom,
kitchen,
and the bedroom.
kitchen and bed. And bed. Instead kitchen, living room, kitchen, bathroom, and bedroom. Is that what you said?
Yep.
And option. And bedroom. And bedroom. And then you create it. And then I get to start it and I get to show it. See, there it is. So we'll see if people see that going on and they answer the poll, and maybe we'll get some answers next week. But yeah, you can make a quick poll, and then we'll see if anybody responds to the poll, and then I'll stop the poll after they respond, if anybody responds. So I'll just leave it up for right now, because I think you can leave it up. I don't think stop it until you choose to stop it. I'm going to leave it up there, and then we'll go out with some Hindu spices as well. But maybe we can do this on a regular basis. We'll come up with some poll questions, but this will be our testament and everything like that, since it is the Color Whisperer. We'll see what rooms they like, and then maybe you'll have specific tips based on what rooms win the most and everything like that. So that sounds like a good experiment that we can try and everything like
Sounds like
that.
fun.
Sounds like fun. And I'm on the wrong one. This is supposed to be the radio show one. We did work at these places. Hey, man. Let me hold on one second. You might see a different backdrop, but I'll go back to your backdrop as well. And then I'll find Kenny's place. It's the wonders of technology. You gotta love technology. But the polo stick. Let's see if I can get to the right one. Otherwise, we wind up playing a different food, which would be snacks. We want snacks. So we want to support uh, our friend and everything like that. So hold on. We just switched. And then I'm going to go with the background. Oh, the background. That was the garden. You go back to the room. You got your number. And then this is how you want to begin the spices. So now we'll get ready to go out with Hindu spices because I've got the right one. All right. Now we're ready. Cool. Always good to see you. And I know you got all kinds of exciting things going on and everything like that. I was just talking to a friend of mine today. We were thinking about how great it is, even at restaurants, to see lakefront property. They went to a restaurant and it was like a fancy restaurant. They said it was almost like New York, New Jersey. I think the restaurant was in. My mom's hometown of Rocky Mountain, but it was a friend of mine that I used to do the road with the Apollos. But they were saying how fancy the restaurant looked and the food was really good and everything along those lines. They were telling me how amazing the food was. Next time I go to see Mom, I'm going to see find out about this restaurant. But one of the appeals was that apparently there was a lake out there near the restaurant, so you could eat and also see the animals and the lakefront as part of the design. So I know lakefront can be fun backdrops for restaurants. One restaurant that I ate at, right next to it was a bunch of bamboo trees, and that definitely made it enjoyable looking at the bamboo and also seeing the animals, whether it was the birds or the cats, roaming around the bamboo.
There's a restaurant here that you feel like you're in a tree. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Um, but our bodies need nature, and we live in these concrete jungles, and our bodies really crave it. And even just looking at water, it has a lot of healing capabilities,
Right.
and it's amazing. So being next to water, being near trees, all of this really helps us heal our bodies on a really amazing way. The Japanese have something they call tree bathing or forest bathing. I think it's Japanese, and that's what you do. You just go for a walk in the forest, and I've seen they've done videos where you don't want to go walk in the forest. You can sit and watch the forest bathing, but it doesn't have as much effect because really it's feeling the wind, feeling the sun on you, feeling, you're able to commune with the trees, and you don't know you're doing it, but they are, there's an exchange of energy there, and it's really important for well-being.
Yeah. No doubt about it. I'm gonna have to find me a nice fancy restaurant that's got some good environment and everything like that. But right now we're gonna go to Kendu Spice and have some good old fashioned Kendu Spice and all along those lines because definitely that'll be fun as well. But I definitely look forward to seeing you next week and definitely gotta get you to come visit the southeast and everything like that because I know that you do for a southeast visit. You need to come here, even though the pollen and you may not be all that good friends because I think our pollen is about to increase and everything like that. But other than that, it's great seasonal weather because when I got on my sweater, it's probably about 60 or 70, and I think they're talking about us being in the 90s in another week or two, which is a little bit too soon for me to be in the 90s.
Yeah, we've been in the 80s. It's actually been kind of perfect weather. It's not too cold when I get up, and it's not so hot I have to put the AC on. It's really been kind of perfect weather.
Good. Well, hopefully you can visit our weather as well soon in the not too distant future. But right now we're going to go out with some Kendu Spice from our good friend in Delaware because that's where Shawnee lives at. She lives in Delaware, so we're going to go see our good friend from Delaware and her Kendu Spices.
You know how people love to enjoy food and don't understand how to flavor their food or how to replicate a meal? They're interested in supplements but don't know where to begin? Well, what I do is I take the guesswork out of enjoying flavor and wellness with my flavorful spice blends so that they can create delicious meals with healing benefits. Can Do Spice was created to help cooks at any level enjoy healing through food. Every spice blend was designed to give added health benefits of natural herbs. Every blend is complete. There's no need to add any additional spice for a delicious meal. Saving you time and money while adding supplements to your meals can be both tasty and fun. My earliest memories in the kitchen began with my father, Kenny Can Do Bond, so it was fitting that I would name this line after him. I have always looked to natural remedies to supplement the body, and I found myself hiding herbs and minerals in foods for my family. That's when it hit me. Everyone needs Can Do Spice. Everyone should be having this. It's an exclusive brand for cooks at any level who want to create flavorful dishes with healing benefits that can satisfy the body and soul. Add a little spice to your life. Give Can Do Spice a try.